elderberry elixir. An elixir is, it's like a tincture with honey in it. And some people use different ratios. Some people use half honey, half alcohol. I use about 25% honey, 75% alcohol. But elderberry is, it's something that is good to take on the onset of a cold or flu or virus, and it helps boost up the immune system and shorten the time that you're sick. For this recipe, I used dried elderberries that I actually purchased. If you can harvest them, that's great. You either want to make sure, if they're not dried, if they're fresh, you want to make sure that they're cooked. You want to take this at the first sign of cold or flu. When it comes to elder, you can either use the flowers or the ripe berries. You need to make sure that they are ripe. And as I said before, either dried or cooked fresh. I love elderberry syrup, but it has a quicker expiration date than a tincture or an elixir, and I like to have it all through the winter. And a lot of times if it's a syrup, I'll end up wasting it. And I know the tincture or elixir is going to last much longer. When you're using elderberry, you can add it into teas. You can make a tincture. You can make an elixir. You can make a syrup. You can make elderberry honey. But as I said, this is an elixir that we're preparing. And I actually meant to add some extra things into this recipe that I did not add. But I will tell you what they are in case you would like to add them. So I intended on adding either some chopped or grated fresh ginger and star anise, just like 1 or 2, and cinnamon stick. I wouldn't use a ton, maybe like 1 cinnamon stick, depending on how big your jar is. And I also intended on adding some organic orange peel, and you want to make sure it's organic so that you're not extracting any pesticides into your elixir. Let's get on with it. We're going to fill our chosen container about half full with elderberries. See? Dried elderberries. So it's about half full. Then I'm gonna put some 80 proof alcohol. On top of that, I am using vodka. I'm gonna go about 3/4 of the way. And then I'm going to top it off with some raw, unfiltered honey. And we'll see if I have enough here. If I don't, I will top it off with more alcohol. So I'm going to top this off with a little more alcohol. There we go. So we're going to put a cap on it. We're going to add a label that shows what it is. It's elderberry elixir. It was made 9/21 and I used 80 proof alcohol. And then we'll just give that a good shake to make sure everything's mixed around. Check it tomorrow to see if it needs to be topped off the rest of the way. Sometimes, especially when you have a dried herb, it'll absorb some of that liquid and you need to top it off. But every once in a while, go by, give it a good shake, and let this sit for about 8 weeks. Strain it And then I usually put it in a dropper bottle and take it by the dropper full. A lot of times it's a good idea to try it drop by drop at first to see how you react to it, to see if it bothers you or if it works well with your body, because every body is different.